What's going on, guys? It's coming out from me here, and today's video I'm bringing you a review on The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 10, the newest episode. So let's go right into the video. So a lot of things happen this episode. It went from like Rick to Michonne to Simon to Negan to Enid to Arnold, and I was really happy to see that because like it's good to get away from like them just focusing on like the one character for an episode, or maybe like one or two characters. So, first of all, this episode starts off with Rick and Michonne at Alexandria, and it was really weird to see it just in ruins and like deserted. I do really hope they rebuild the place though sometime, because Alexandria was like the best community they ever had, even better than the prison. Anyway, so the first 10 minutes of the episode was just really boring, but then it got really good. It went to Negan, and he was just at the sanctuary, and in this episode they really focused on Simon. He was really like the main person of this episode. He was really like the star of this episode, and I was really happy to see, because he wasn't getting a whole lot of screen time in the last year and a half, so I was glad to see him really getting it in this episode. So, you know, Simon, I was really happy to see Simon, like, he was disobeying Negan on like whether or not they should kill the scavengers. And Simon really wanted to kill them because like they should like be punished, because you know, they helped Rick, and Negan said only kill one and take their guns. But when Simon gets there, he kills 3 of them himself and then orders the rest of his men to kill them all. And I was really surprised by this, because I didn't think Simon would do this actually, because he was Negan's like right hand man and like a good friend of his. I really didn't think he was going to disobey him, but I was wrong. And Negan will like eventually find out, and he will probably kill Simon. He may not, like, since he's a friend of his. I'm not too sure if he will. And after, you know, the saviors kill the scavengers, they just leave Jadis, and I was quite happy to see that. I was happy to see the scavengers go. There weren't like a whole lot of point in the show, but they were in season 7, like the way they helped Rick and then betrayed him. I was happy to see that, but they didn't have a whole lot of point or meaning. In season 8, they weren't in like the comic book, so it was just like a brand new like characters brought into The Walking Dead. But all of them are dead now. I will be making actually a video on Jadis. There's a theory I probably will do on that, but that's maybe next week or some other day. Anyway, but after this, after like Simon, he kills all of the scavengers, we go to Enid and Arnold, which go to the ocean side and try to get them to help them fight the saviors, but they just don't want to help them, and I just find this really annoying. I was just so annoyed over this, and frustrated. Like, back in season 7, episode 6, they were introduced, and and then they were brought back in episode 15 of season 7, and they just don't really have a whole lot of role. They're not even good characters. It doesn't really make much sense why they wouldn't want to help. They have plenty of reasons to help, because they, you know, the Savior has killed a lot of the Oceanside people. But as you see, Arnold was staying there, and then Enid left, so he's going to try to stay there and convince some of them. And I really don't want them to be like convinced, like episode 16, or no, probably won't be episode 16, episode like 15. I want them to be like them convinced episode 12 or 13. I don't want them to go to the very last like minute, though. It's just, it will look kind of stupid. And at the end of this episode, we see Rick. He calls Negan and tells him like Carl's dead, just straight off the bat. And I was really interested to see his reaction after I found out like Carl was bitten. I was like, oh, how is Negan going to react to this? And he seemed really sad, which I thought he would be. Still disagree with Carl's death, but anyway. And I was glad Carl wrote a letter to Negan, because Carl had a bunch of letters, and I was really glad he wrote one to Negan. I thought he was Carl in anyway, but you know, there you go. I really thought Rick would have listened to Carl in ending the war. Well, not really ending the war and like not killing Negan, because Carl wrote a letter to Negan and obviously his dad Rick, and he's end the war. But I knew that just wasn't gonna happen. I thought it would be like the comics, like Rick would arrest Negan just for Carl because that's like his dying wish. But he seemed to have completely ignored that, and then he was like, "Oh, it's too late for that." After he told Carl made letters about stopping the war. But I was very, very, very surprised by that. I really thought he would have listened to him. Even like Michonne said to Rick, "Oh, this is not like what we wanted," when like Rick left Jadis at that like rubbish site, and then Michonne was like, "Oh, this is like not what Carl wanted. Is where we have to be like better and everything." But you know, there you go. This was a great episode. I would rate this probably a B minus, or just a B. It was a fantastic episode, probably one of the best in the season. So that's gonna be the video, guys. Please make sure to subscribe and hit the like button, guys. I would really appreciate it. And if you do enjoy the videos, make sure to do that. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video of mine. I probably will be posting another video today on a breakdown of the promo for episode 11. So make sure to check that out, and check out my last video, which is on, what is it on again? I forgot. Oh, Arrow, yeah. Season 6, episode 15, the promo for that episode as well. Go check that out. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video, man. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.